Here's the geography of the beautiful country of Mexico, explained in under 5 minutes. Are you ready? Here we go. The United Mexican States is a large and diverse country located in North America, bordered to the north by the United States of America, to the east by the Atlantic Ocean, to the south by Belize and Guatemala, and to the west by the Pacific Ocean. A constitutional republic consisting of 31 states and a federal district, Mexico is the 13th largest country in the world and the 10th most populous. In size, it's larger than Mongolia but smaller than Saudi Arabia, and in population, it's between Japan and Russia. Mexico is by far and away the most populous Spanish-speaking country in the world, with more than twice as many people as second place Colombia. And the country's capital and largest city is the heart of the world's 5th largest metropolitan area, with more than 20 million inhabitants. This is the 2nd largest city in the Western Hemisphere, just barely behind Sao Paulo in Brazil. Mexico City is also the highest elevation city of its size in the world, at more than 7,500 feet, 2,000 feet above Denver, Colorado. Mexico is shaped like a 2,000-mile-long funnel, shrinking down from the north to a narrow isthmus between the oceans. Across this distance, it has an incredibly diverse range of ecosystems, from dry deserts in the north to lush rainforests in the south, with glaciated volcanoes, fertile plains, and alpine forests in between. This intense diversity in landforms has created an equally striking diversity of nature and people. Mexico is the world's 5th most biodiverse country, and also has the most UNESCO heritage sites of any country in the Western Hemisphere. The main part of Mexico is dominated by 2 large mountain ranges, the Sierra Madre Occidental and the Sierra Madre Oriental. These mountain ranges start just south of the US border and divide the country into 3 major regions: the west, the east, and the central high-altitude plain known as the Altiplano. The Altiplano gets higher in elevation as you travel south, and this part of the country, its highest reaches, are where most of the population lives. Especially in and around here, the Cordillera Neovolcanica, a volcanic mountain range stretching from coast to coast that contains the highest peaks of the country and some of the highest on the continent, including the mighty Pico de Orizaba or Chitlaltepetl, North America's 3rd highest peak and the world's 7th most prominent mountain, at more than 18,491 feet or 5,600 meters. The Cordillera Neovolcanica contains numerous high-elevation valleys that are very densely populated due to the abundance of water and pleasant year-round temperatures. Mexico City is located in one of these valleys. I actually have a whole video on Mexico City, so go check that out to learn more. Mexico is also home to 2 very notable peninsulas. In the west, on the Pacific side, we have Baja California, which is an extension of the mountain ranges of Southern California and is very sparsely populated. And in the east, on the Atlantic side, we have the Yucatan Peninsula, which is also very sparsely populated, but for different reasons. The Yucatan is nearly completely covered in flat jungle and has no notable rivers to speak of. Go check out my 7 fun facts about Mexico video for more on that. All in, this ruggedness and diversity of terrain means that Mexico lacks a cohesive geography. It doesn't have any large contiguous plots of arable land, and it has no major navigable bodies of water. This means that it's really difficult for the central government to exert control over the entire country, and means that transportation costs are relatively high throughout the country as well. It also means that water is not distributed evenly at all. The northern half of Mexico has 1/10 of its water resources, and the southern 10th of Mexico has half of its water resources. This means that a lot of Mexico is either too dry or too wet, and only 13% of the country's land is suitable for agriculture. As far as economy is concerned, Mexico is still a developing country. It has the 15th highest GDP in the world by total output, but its GDP per capita and HDI are ranked in the 60s, about on par with China. But this economy is growing very fast. Mexico has a huge manufacturing sector, producing more cars and electronics than any other country in the Americas. Despite this, Mexico does grapple with severe income inequality, and the bottom 10% of earners only have 3% the wealth of the top 10%. And lastly, it would be impossible to talk about Mexico without acknowledging that it is the world's 6th most visited country, with notable sites including Chichen Itza, one of the 7 wonders of the world, the ancient city of Teotihuacan, gringo not included, the resort cities of Cabo and Cancun, the beautiful parks and museums of Mexico City, and I'll just casually mention the deepest and largest canyon system in North America, Copper Canyon. Mexicanos, let me know what I forgot in the comments below, and everyone, let me know where you want me to go next. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.